Now I'm super excited to show you this next piece. The previous two pieces are some of the most commonly asked about items that are kind of have been in the system a while and just don't know about. This other one is pretty much brand new, and I'm excited to be able to share it with you. Hopefully everybody that's on this webinar will have a browser that's compatible to show you some of the newer programming. If you don't, there are some versions of IE that are not able to read some of the latest code, like we need IE 9 or above, or Firefox and Chrome are very good at, it's just because some of this new programming that we're going to show you is it's not compatible with those older browsers. So again, I apologize if you can't see it, but just know that this is here, and I wanted to show it to you. So basically, just to give everybody a background, is our development team has just been on fire with creating for us new, better, more efficient ways of doing things. So the vision is that eventually this menu here across the top will have everything and more. I like to call it like on steroids over here on the side. So you'll see there's a little bit, you'll see some of the familiar topics, like courses are over here are the courses, and if you are a fan of the old enrollment statistics, it's been redone in this course grid where I am right now, where you get everything that the enrollment statistics had with a lot more flexibility and speed and more functionality. So I am going to share with you this brand new administrator report, but before I do that, this course grid where I am right now actually demonstrates all of these new reports have some of the same functionality, that some of the same features that you'll see in that administrator report. For instance, you'll see this search feature up here that you can type in a smart search and look for, and again, the old enrollment statistics didn't have this searchability, but if I type in AP, it will look for everything in the history, in the description or the title that has AP in it, or a particular instructor. If I need to look for Lori King and all the courses that she's teaching, the past, the future, I can go by letter of the alphabet. I can look by category and subcategory here if I want to limit it, my search to that. And over here on the side, there's some actions here that I can do. I can go directly to sign-in sheets, email, transcripts, right from here. But the feature that I wanted you to see is that if you can't see, let's say the name of the course or one of the fields is too small, you can just lightly drag over this and make it bigger or smaller. And then if you don't really deal with money and you don't want to see these extra columns, if I click here on the little arrow right here, it can eliminate some of those columns right there. And I can turn some of these things on or off, and I can move them around. So the report that I'm going to show you right now has some of those same features. The thing that you need to know about this, what I'm showing you right now, is next time I log in the same browser, it will remember what I just eliminated, those columns. And if I wanted to change the sort order of them, then I can just click at the top of the column, and it can resort it according to the top of the column. So if I wanted to do it by the number of enrolled and do it by the least enrolled to the most, and vice versa, if I click on it again, it will switch. That's great because this is actually a report, and I can come up with all sorts of different ways to manipulate this data. And over here in the upper right-hand corner, I can export it to an Excel if I want to manipulate it even further. That's going to be the same in the report that I'm going to show you in just a minute. What you need to know about these little blue areas is that it hyperlinks somewhere. So like I said, this is like the old enrollment statistics report. So if I click on here, it's going to jump to the roster, and I'll be able to see who signed up, when, the date and time, and this is just like the old roster area that we're used to seeing in the enrollment statistics report. The other hyperlink with the name of the course jumps to the course dashboard, which is a more visual, more beautiful way to look at the course information. Each one of these pieces jumps right here to the editing capability, and if you click on the pencil, then you're able to edit it. Once you're done editing, you can save it. So that functionality will be the same in all the reports. Now, you'll see that if you see a little red asterisk on here, that means that it's still in beta testing, which means that we're taking comments from the field if you would like to, and suggestions, and our programming team is still adding features to it. But it's so wonderful. And it's functional the way it is. It's just going to get better and better. We wanted to go ahead and provide you with some of these items, even though they're not completely 100% done, because they're so useful. That being said, I'm going to move down here to this administrator report, which I think is going to solve a lot of reporting needs that some of you may have. Keep in mind that some of this data from this system is a little crazy because it's a demonstration site. But the idea is, a lot of people ask me, how do I find out what all the people from a particular division, department, school, what have they taken? What are they enrolled in taking? Now, some of you have supervisors set up, or training coordinators, or whatever you call them. Some of you don't. This report that I'm showing you is available if you run your updates on your supervisors. If you have that feature turned on, a supervisor is in charge of a group of students. Let's say if you have a supervisor in charge of Garden Grove Unified, they will have it filtered to only show their people. So that's already on their system. As an administrator, you can see everybody, but you can choose to limit it. Again, it has the same kind of features. That's why I was kind of taking a minute to show you in the grid how you can make things larger and smaller and do the sorting and eliminate the columns as well if you need to do that. And it has the export feature as well. So let's say I just really don't need that grade on this report, but I want to see what all my students have done. And there's Scooby-Doo. I can see what he's enrolled in. Can you see that? I hope I'm not scroll too quickly. I'm going to get to the end here. He's enrolled in this course. He took that one. It was transcribed on this one on this date. So this is a very handy report if you want to see a history of what people have done based upon their department, division, particular grouping. You can pull a date range here and select a specific date range, like what are they signed up to take or what have they taken. Obviously, you have to pick a date range that's a little bit bigger than what I just did, but you know, that's one of the other features in here. I think this is going to be very helpful to a lot of you who have to pull reports to different personnel to see who's taken what. It's also, you can pull one person. So let's say you need to pull Bill Adams and you need to see it's kind of a little mini way to pull a record of what he's done. Not just his transcripted, but what he's also enrolled in as well. You see that?
That looks great, Tanya. It looks far more flexible than the previous interface. And
yes.
allowing you to customize and sort and export as well, which is awesome.
Right. Now there are other things that are being done, and we will be unveiling those soon, but feel free to look at them on your own. We will be providing documentation for all these new pieces as they get rolled out, and they will be announced in the newsletters, just in case you have missed any newsletters. And you want to see some of which pretty much everybody in this webinar probably has seen the newsletters because they signed up for the webinar. But feel free to always, you can go back to the old ones too if there are any other features that you want to find out more about.